他知道这个事情，要再往回赶，他可能完全把这个事情给忘记了。
There's one other one.
毕业时候给啥吃的，一直想着。
啊，就是他自己这个人也是，好像是2年钟开会，2年钟才回来。This building is right in front of us, the green glasses building, as the Shanghai Oriental Art Center. Because we have the music performance center, the Shanghai Grand Theater in the city of Shanghai, and now the Pudong area become a new area for the people who's living here and doing business here. So we do need the new more cultural facilities for enrich the people's life who are living on this side. So this is the Oriental Art Center. Also performs a lot of the music show, so all kinds of the performances here. Okay, so about the one-child policy, because during that time, around 30 years ago, in China, some of the leaders probably didn't know how to win the war, but for running such a big country, maybe they don't really have any experience they can get. So they just think, okay, we have more people, we have more population, which means the country, we have more laborers and we can finish everything very fast. So they don't really say anything about the birth control and this kind of thing. And also during that time, we don't really have that much information about how to do that, the birth control. And also we don't have a lot of entertainment things to do. So the people just stay at home and have children, right? Okay, so but finally some experts to realize the problem, because the people from the school, they cannot find a job, and also for the family, they have like 8 children, 9 children, 10 children. They don't really have enough food for that. So if we keep doing that, China is going nowhere, because the population is too big. So some experts suggest the government say we should have a new policy, and every family have 1 child to control the population growing speed. Otherwise, it will be too fast. So the government took the advice, and we start to have the one-child policy from about 30 years ago. But this one-child policy not means you only can have 1 child. They're going to kill the second child or take the baby away. No, it's okay. It's your choice. They just not encourage you to have more than 1 child. But of course, when this policy started about 30 years ago, it's quite strict. Like, yeah, fine tickets. First of all, if you are the member of the Communist Party of China, and if you have the second child, which means you're against the policy, you won't be put in the jail, but you did something wrong against the government. So probably you won't be the member anymore. Probably you will lose your job in the factories, and the farmers probably will lose some of their land, and also they will pay a quite big fine tickets on it. So this is the things will happen on them. So most of the people, they think, okay, 1 child, and this is the government policy, we have 1 child. That's what we think in the city. But in the rural area, in the farmlands, it's quite different. It's different idea about that, because most of them, they need like more children to take a family to the farming work, and also in those kind of places, they always prefer to have a boy than a girl, because they think the son can carry the family seeds and carry the family name. So for them, the policy is if their first child is a girl, they can have the second one. Because the government won't help them, because you need the boy to the farming work and help the parents. But if the second one is still a girl, if they want to have a third one, also they will meet the same problem, because they have to pay the fine tickets, these kind of things. But after this policy runs about 30 years, now it's already changed people's mind. It's not from the government, it's from people's ourselves. We think have 1 child, oh, it's okay, as long as this child grows up happily and healthily, and we can give him and her everything. Otherwise, if we have 3 children, maybe they cannot all go to the university, and now we have 1 child, we can give them, we can let them to practice piano and all the music instruments, and send them to the best school. So it's okay. It's not really like the government asks you to have 1 child. It's already changed the people's mind. If you ask the people on the street, you ask them, okay, if the government lets you to have more than 1 child, will you do that? Most of people, they still will think about saying no because it costs too much money and too much time. And by the way, our generation, we are like the first generation of the one-child policy. So we're getting a little bit spoiled by the parents. And also we have four grandparents and 2 parents. So 6 of them take care of us. We're like the king and the queen at home. So they all listen to us, and so we don't really how to take care of by ourselves. How could we take care of more than 2, 3 babies? So that's the second thing. We think one child will be okay. And also, even you have only one child, you still will ask your parents, and also the parents will be happy to help you to raise up the children because they have more experience about that, and you just have to pick up later, to learn how to do that. So that's the things. But now, if you did something like if you want to have the second child, most of the time you won't lose your job. You will still keep your job, but the problem is the money. You have to pay the tax. We don't really call that fine now. We call that tax because you're going to use more like the natural resource and more population. So I think 在北京是多少钱？是上海好像是8万块钱。
北京差不多。
Okay, so yeah, it's almost the same Shanghai and Beijing. If you want to have more than one child, you just pay once. And it's about 12,000 American dollars, 12 to 13 American dollars for more than one child. So it's if you want to have more child, it's not means like I want to have 2 children. You have to know you have enough money and time to look after them, to give them the best. Otherwise, if you has like 10 children, but none of them can be a nice person, good person, right? So that's what I mean. And but the new problem is like Shanghai with the healthcare improvements, with the living conditions, improvements. The percentage of the old people who retired is getting higher in Shanghai. In Shanghai is over than 20%. So that's very close to some developed countries. And like in Japan, they only have like 25%. Shanghai is already over than 20%, which means we have less young people working for supplying these old people who are already retired to pay the pension, everything, the health care. So the experts say that if we keep doing this one-child policy in Shanghai for another 20 years, by the time of 2020, we're going to have like more than 50% of the people who retired in Shanghai. 50%, like half of the people retired. That's a lot. So now the new thing is, I'm from a one-child family. My wife, she's from a one-child family, and we got married. If we want to have 2 children, it's okay. It's free. You don't need to pay anything.
Why?
Because they want to have more children,
Because of
more
that.
new babies. Yes.
Okay.
So that's the new things. So I hope this will help you to get an idea about it's nothing like the government's very scary and you only have one child. No, they say this is good for the government. They not encourage you to have more than one child. But of course, if you want to do that, you have to pay some extra money on it.